To show you where all this calumny, false accusations, come from. Well, when I heard that, I thought, what in the world does the God mean? What in the world is this riddle? For I know in my conscience that I'm not wise in anything, great or small. Then what in the world does he mean when he says I'm the wisest? Surely he's not lying. He says, now I was puzzled for a long time and I tried to understand it. He said, then I thought of a way to try to find out. He said, I approached one of those men who had the reputation of being wise, and I thought, there, if anywhere, I should test the revelation and prove that the oracle was wrong. What's he doing? He's going to test the oracle and prove it wrong. He's going to prove the oracle wrong. That's what he's announcing to the audience, to the jury. The God in Delphi was wrong. Well, then he goes around to see whether anyone is wiser than I am, says Socrates. Well, he goes around, you know what he finds? He finds no one is wiser. But then he reduces it to a very important issue, a very important statement, because we have to see how he puts it. He says, of course, I checked the poets, and I checked the tragedians, and I checked out workmen and craftsmen, and they didn't know what they were doing, he says. So I asked myself on behalf of the oracle whether I should prefer to be as I am, not wise with their wisdom, nor ignorant with their ignorance, or to have what they have. I answered myself in the oracle that it was best for me to be as I am. This is from this, a lot of hostility arose against me, and people were accusing me of many things. Now he reflects on it. He says, for bystanders always believe that I am wise myself in the matters in which I test another. But the truth really is, gentlemen, that the God in fact is wise, and in this oracle, he means that human wisdom is worth little or nothing, and it appears that he does not say this of Socrates, but simply adds my name to make me an example. As if he were to say that this one of you human beings is wisest, who like Socrates knows that he is in truth worth nothing as regards wisdom. I say, you know what? Young people love to go around and watch me cross-examine people. Here it is. He says, young people, those who have the most leisure, follow me of their own accord, delighted to hear people being cross-examined. They often imitate me, and they try themselves to cross-examine others. And there are plenty of people who've seen the consequences. Corrupts the young, doesn't believe in the gods the state believes in, influences others to believe the same. Quite clear. He says, therefore, you know what? He says, the people are upset, and therefore they repeat the stock charges against philosophers, and he says, that's what I am. That's the nature of the prejudice. There's a prejudice against philosophy. That's the removal of the prejudice. In order to do that, he said, I must first do away with these false accusations. That confuses everything, because they don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. Now he says, look here. Everything I'm doing can be reduced to one statement, and it's a magnificent statement. It's one of my favorite statements. He says, what I'm doing, my practice, is to take every care and thought for understanding, for truth, and for the soul, so that it may be perfect. He says, that's my goal. That's what it is to do philosophy. That's what it is. So now we're finishing with the first charge And he ends with this one statement. The result is, as I began by saying, that I should be surprised if I could erase this prejudice from you in so short a time, when it has grown so great. This gentleman is the truth. This gentleman is the truth. I have hidden nothing great or small, and dissembled nothing. And I know well enough that these same things make me disliked, which is another proof that I'm speaking the truth, and that this is the prejudice against me. And these are the causes. Now he takes on the second set. The second set. You know, we've already discussed how we're going to proceed. Very simply, we won't have any trouble. Oh, we have to see if he believes in new spiritual things instead of those gods that the state believes in. Now, what I'm going to do is respond to those charges by reading material that is here throughout, and then I'm going to put them in order in a few minutes. So right now I'm going to jump a bit. All right, I'm going to get a quote right here, a couple of quotes right here, and see whether you'll come along with me and vote the man guilty. That's my purpose. How are we going to vote? Guilty. Think of this now. You're in the jury. You've been told by Socrates to please consider one thing and attend carefully to that, whether his plea is just or not. You now have to review the charges. You have to see whether there's evidence supporting the charges. So here's his quote. Perhaps it may seem odd that although I go about and give all this advice privately, I'm quite a busybody. I'm quite a busybody. He's waking them up to the very charges. Yet I dare not appear before you, your public assembly, and advise the state. The reason for this is one which you have often heard me giving in many places, that something divine and spiritual comes to me, which Meletus put into the indictment. He's telling you, isn't he? He's telling you, hey, he put, Meletus, you see, drew up these charges. He put it in the indictment. Here it is. The reason for this is one which you have often heard me giving in many places, that something divine and spiritual comes to me, which Meletus put into the indictment. Hey, it's been around since my boyhood. It's a voice which, when it comes, always turns me away from doing something I'm intending to do, but never urges me on. This is what opposes my taking up public business. Quite right, too, I think. For you may be sure, gentlemen, that if I had meddled with public business in the past, I should have perished long ago and done no good either to you or to myself. Now, don't be annoyed at my telling the truth. The fact is that no man in the world will come off safe who honestly opposes either you or any other multitude and tries to hinder the many unjust